Evil science and magic buddies.
Hello and welcome to the Kryptonaut Podcast presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies, the show within the show, the conspiracy of the conspiracy with all the hubris and denouement that you can shake a stick at.
Oh, good Lord.
You like that? You like how I use those words?
That's a lot.
This is our own little zeitgeist.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh,
All right, officially
no.
eat a dick, my friend.
Wow.
No, actually, this is a show where we get to just kind of hang out, and I guess it's technically a crypto roundtable, but we just get to sit and talk about news stories and stuff. So no real topic. We just kind of, we pick some stories, we talk about them. So who wants to get started with something that I found from the Huffington Post?
Absolutely.
Are you guys ready for this?
No, but let's do it.
Satan ruled out as experts puzzle over mysterious flaming pit in Arkansas.
Wait, so Satan was once on the table, but now has been
Yeah.
officially ruled out?
Yeah, I need
Yes.
to know how
Yeah,
he was ruled out.
what board of elders said, this is pretty dark, but it's not satanic?
Yeah.
I almost pronounced Arkansas, Arkansas,
We often do.
and
It
I don't know
happens.
why.
Because it's spelled Arkansas.
And I had to show Rob my phone to make sure that there isn't a place called Arkansas. because
Yeah, I was
clearly-
like, why are you doing that?
because obviously I have an excellent education. So
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, man.
all right, so this is great. We're going to get started with a quote here, okay? Here we go. He didn't come up and stick his pitchfork in the ground and blow that hole out.
Wow.
And you know
that
how?
could go so wrong in so many ways.
It could. Let's get started with, could it be Satan? Experts are trying to determine the cause of flames of up to 12 feet high spontaneously erupting from a pit in Midway, Arkansas last month. So far, they've come up empty, but they know what didn't cause it. And again, this is a quote. As far as the spiritual Satan goes, we've ruled that out. County Judge Mickey Pendergast told Arkansas Democrat and Gazette he didn't come up and stick
Wait,
it.
Judge,
No,
what?
As far as... Could you read the beginning of that quote again, please?
As far as the spiritual Satan goes, we've ruled that out.
Okay, so wait. So spiritual Satan is out, but what? Corporeal Satan is still in? Space Satan might still be a factor?
You're right. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's amazing that a judge had to come out and say this, but please continue.
Well, when a county judge says those words, you know that they are coming from a place of truth and in truth.
Truth and truth.
Two
Wow.
truths.
All right.
Truth,
Truth,
in the
truth.
American
Right.
way.
There
In
you
case
go.
that one truth is not enough.
He didn't come up and stick his pitchfork in the ground and blow that hole out. The fire burned for about 40 minutes on September 17th from a hole believed to have been made by animals, the newspaper said.
How big is this hole?
We're going to get to that. I took a temperature reading of it, and it showed 780 degrees inside the hole, Fire Chief Donald Tucker told the Springfield News leader. But what caused it? I have no idea. There's no gas lines nearby, and there was no smell of natural gas. He also ruled out a meteor strike, as the 3.5-foot deep pit had been there for some time.
All right, this is weird. No natural and or artificial gas
Wait, so
mains.
there was a little bit of a hole there before?
3.5 feet deep.
Okay,
Yeah.
now it's like eternal
Allegedly-
and fire giving.
Well, allegedly made by animals. So,
They always say that. Everyone blames that. What's that in the roof? Is it a poltergeist? Is it a demon? It's a squirrel.
it's a raccoon.
Yeah, it's
That's what they
groundhog.
always say.
Yeah.
But it's usually evil.
Rabbits.
I'm not to digress, and I may tell the story at some point at a later date, but recently I had not a squirrel, a chipmunk in my living room. We'll talk about that later, though. I can't think of any geological situation that would allow that to happen. Not in this area, Ty Johnson in Arkansas
Geology.
An Arkansas Geological Survey geologist, Jesus, that's a title, told KY3 there's not any fossil fuels or natural gas or petroleum that occurs in the area. This is another name that I'm not going to be able to say because Rob is insistent that I read, but we all know I have a reading issue.
I
but that's
love
okay.
it when you do this.
Jim Scherfula,
Yep,
director,
it's Scherfula.
director of Baxter County Office of Emergency Management, told the news leader that there used to be a gas station nearby, but there's no indication that it caused a fire. Scherfula said there was lightning strikes in the area the night before. What ignited it and what fueled it, we still don't know.
Are they implying that animals dug a hole, lightning struck said hole, and fucking some sort of
12-foot
No, I
flame
would like
shot out?
where
flammable
the
thing?
lightning hit. Really?
It was a 12-foot flame?
Yeah, 12-foot flame out of a 3.5-foot hole.
That's considerable.
And they measured you can measure it with like a temperature gun at 780 degrees. That's crazy.
So we're talking
that's like steel. That's
we're
like a steel
talking
mill.
9 feet of flame, from sea level up,
Oh, okay.
being
I mean, if you
measured
want to get
at
yeah.
700 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
but no natural sources of gas and or artificial.
No.
Well, he said none that he smelled. Right, that was the way
But
they
it
ruled
is
it
the
out.
site of a former gas station, or at least nearby.
there's one that's
Nearby.
nearby. And Pendergast closes this out, and as he told KY3, your local news,
I just can't help but think of
Your
the
local
lose.
you have to. And it may remain a forever mystery.
A forever mystery.
Yes, not just a mystery, but a forever mystery.
I would think maybe just find somebody who's not a local judge, a local fire marshal, and all right, granted, the geologist of geology.
Yeah,
The
I know. When he
ultimate
said that,
title.
I'm like, you're the geological
He should know
geologist.
what's going on, but you would think somebody would excavate a little or figure. This does not seem
Yeah.
like it's beyond the pale of human scope of knowledge in 2018.
No, there's a lot of more things I think you can do to find out what
I
that
don't-
fire is
My
than
biggest
just.
complaint here is that why are they off the top saying, as far as spiritual Satan goes, we've ruled that out?
Well,
And
Why?
why are they first
don't
off,
know.
why are they specifying spiritual Satan? Like I say, the multiple manifestations of Satan.
I
What's
don't know.
not saying that Satan came up and stuck his pitchfork in the hole and he fucking ignited
there's
it?
not.
It seems like
really.
he's being, obviously
Seriously.
facetious to a certain degree, but on the other hand, it's like, are you addressing a real public concern? Is it like a hyper evangelical area or something
It
where,
might be.
where the flame ignited a little bit of paranoia and people had to come out and be like, oh, hey, we know this is a mystery and it's a mystery for the ages, but it's not the Dark Lord. Everyone go home. Don't worry about the 12-foot flame.
Well, we here at the Kryptonite
It might be.
podcast have a rule that we never take Satan off the table.
Never.
The devil and the demons are always represented fairly.
Truly.
In balance.
Yeah, don't say you took it off the table when you didn't supply the evidence that you should take it off.
Yeah,
the table.
because
exactly.
until like the local
I can't believe I
parish
just said that.
priest or the reverend or the pastor or whoever
Yeah.
the fuck is around there comes out and gives their statement, until the local religious leader says Satan's off the table, which notably that was absent, then how dare you, Sir Magistrate, Mr. Fire Chief?
Yeah, unless you had footage
Geology
of like
Joe.
no Satan doing it. Like,
Yeah, I know. Do you have a photograph of Satan not doing
yeah.
this?
Is there some time lapse?
I need a
Is there a
note-
GoPro?
I need a notarized letter from the Dark Lord to be like, I did not do this. Then I may believe it, but
Right.
even then, you can totally dupe a notary into doing that.
And, Satan would lie. If he's going to get a notary and he's going to sign something, it's probably deceptive. That's the devil's deal.
12-foot flames, though,
That's true.
definitely cause for public concern. I mean, you'd be able to see that.
That's big.
That's a pretty good flame, yeah.
And it
And
was
that's
just burning for a while, right?
Inexplicable. Yeah, no, it couldn't have just been one quick flare up.
Yeah, because they told people they had to come and measure it.
So if
Yeah.
they have
and
the fucking Old Faithful of flame,
they do a flame full.
yeah, Old Flameful, burning up the fucking ozone in
Yeah.
Arkansas, and nobody can explain why. I mean, you don't even have fucking old school Alan J. Hynek coming and saying swamp gas and driving
No.
away. It's just fucking some
pulls
shit.
up swamp gas.
Well, that's,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that's
just
how he used to
smells.
roll.
Yeah.
Put
before
the
he-
window down and he's driving by real fast.
Swamp gas.
when he was on the dark side.
But I mean, how do how do you know there's just not a super deep little gas pocket of
Some methane or something,
that
yeah.
just fucking
Very well could be.
Well, like I say,
apparently,
Geology Joe
touched some
came
magma that-
correct.
Okay, so again,
Hiroshima missed.
This guy.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ! This
Do we
guy.
need Yoshihiro on the scene?
Yoshihiro.
Yeah, seriously. This guy, this Ty Johnson, his title is the Geological Survey Geologist.
Okay.
I mean, they must be a decent paying
Ty
title.
Johnson.
Ty Johnson.
That's a man's
I
name.
like that, Ty Johnson. I'm the Geological Survey Geologist. That's got imagine having something on your business card. What a pain in the nuts.
That's a long
gonna
card.
Be. Yeah, it's a weird
But it's
card.
an
But I feel like
auspicious title.
it's because you're like calling you the baker, bread baker.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Baker, bread,
Dentist, tooth dentist.
The geological survey geologist.
The podcasting survey podcaster.
Yeah.
Are not nearly as cool as what Chris said, but still, whatever. It was decent. So there you have it, HuffPo. Thanks for the not providing us with Satan, but clearly
And thanks for
denying
not
Satan.
providing us with just one other motherfucker that could just come in. Like, dig a hole. Figure, this is not...
Dig
It's
a
just
hole.
weird to me. It's like,
You'd
there was a hole here. A
Right.
3-foot hole. You know... The
Shot-
Daniels kids saw it.
Shot
no
flames,
big deal.
yeah.
We assume it was
Yeah.
fucking random woodland creatures.
Sure, rodents.
Oh, wait. There was a lightning storm.
What?
Rodents.
Rodents.
Exactly.
Rodents.
Mutant rodents. There's a random fucking lightning storm and flame galore, 12
Yeah.
feet high for fucking a day or two or however long.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still burning for all we know. To me, that's a mystery that demands at least one college professor, 2 clergy people, and a fucking, I don't know, a small child with prophetic warnings.
Yeah. Yeah, or the woman from the Poltergeist. Oh, I think she passed away.
Oh,
though.
Zelda Rubinstein.
Yeah, she passed away.
Yeah, but she can come from beyond the grave.
Did she
and
pass away?
This hole is clean.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know.
This hole is clean.
This hole is clean.
That's a great Rubinstein. Oh, that's
Doing it,
great.
I'm playing in an upcoming animated
funny.
short.
Oh, it's beautiful.
God.
No,
All right,
not at all.
And real quick too, I guess I will tell the tale very briefly. Last week, my wife, she leaves for work early, about 6:45 or so, and I got up at 7 to get the kids ready for school. She woke me up and she said, "Mark, there is a chipmunk in the living room."
Oh, that's what you
Not
do not
like-
want to hear.
Not like concerned, just like I'm going to work. There's a chipmunk in the living room.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
deal with it.
I'm like,
Do you like, is it Elvin? Theodore?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is going on?
woohoo. Yeah, no, I was like, I go, well, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, it was in the kitchen and it ran into the living room. I'm like, okay, so I got to deal with this. She goes, well, I let the cat in. I'm like, oh, good. My Richard Ramirez cat will eventually take this thing out.
Oh my God, the Night Stalker of the
You know,
feline
she
world.
is,
Well
yeah.
done. Does he have a little pentagram on his paw?
She should, but she failed at this one.
Oh.
Not to foreshadow too much. So I got out into the living room. Of course, me and the kids. We're all, still in our pajamas or whatever. And I look behind this chair that we have, and there's like a basket full of like blankets. And and I see the cat, and I'm like, okay, so the cat's got it over here. And I look, and sure as shit, I'm like, fuck, she's right. It's a chipmunk, and it's just kind of hanging out there.
Right.
So I'm like, well, shit. So the cat is like laying on its side, as cats want to do, happy, just like, has his claws in this thing's face, just in the thing's face, claw deep. Just like,
Wait, so
listeners
like
can't
just
see me,
like
but
giving it a facial massage?
yeah, but with its claws sunk into the
Oh,
thing's
so
fucking
it's half
face.
murdering its face.
It was just torturing it.
Oh, that's a cat.
So I'm like, yeah.
That's what cats
I
do.
understand. But I'm like, well, fuck. So how am I going to deal with this thing? So I'm like, all right, look, let's do this. Let's move the chair. Let's get this. We're good. Move the chair. Chipmunk gets a little burst of energy, runs under the couch.
Of course.
Situation changes completely.
Absolutely.
Evelyn, God bless her little heart. She goes, I'm going to scare it. And she gets the Chewbacca mask on. She turns it on. She turns the thing on and
God
she's
of
going,
chipmunk.
"Rah, rah." Charlie, dude, he's got great ideas. Screams, Dad, get the gun.
Oh.
And then I have to remind him, Charles, we don't have any guns here in the house. So, let's come up with something else.
Also, maybe we have to teach them about non-escalation.
Yeah. This is not a gun situation yet. Not that
Yet.
it wouldn't be, but it could be.
I know. Honestly, I don't know
Could
when
be.
the chipmunk
Could
turns
be.
into a fucking gun situation.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like,
I mean,
that's
you know.
pretty extreme. But we'll
Dude,
table
there's
that
no,
for now.
It's in the house. We're looking to remodel. If I have to shoot through a wall, that wall's getting knocked on
Okay,
anyway. No big deal.
all right, we'll leave that alone. I think that's
But
maybe
again,
overreacting.
no guns working there, so he managed to get the broom, which was good.
Which is fine.
But he wanted to smash it with the broom, and I'm like, well, let's give it a second here and see what happens. Tip the couch. We get the squirrel. Luckily, runs back into the basket full of blankets. The cat now is in full spaz mode. I've never seen her do this. She's just making these crazy fucking noises, and she's like, "Rah," and she's trying to get to the blankets. I'm like, you had your chance.
Yeah.
You had this thing cornered.
You were clawed deep in this fucker's face.
Yeah, you had your chance to do this and you failed. So now it's Dad has to take care of it. So I ended up getting the basket and I luckily was able to pick the thing up and I could see that it was still in there. Mm-hmm. So I brought it to the front door and I just threw the basket into the yard, releasing the chipmunk.
Dad solutions.
Dad solution, yeah, just throw it into the front yard. Released the chipmunk. It ran to freedom. It was fine. The fucking cat spent the entire morning crouched at the couch,
Of
looking
course.
under for the fucking chipmunk
Yeah.
that the cat watched me throw out the door. The cat has a complete disconnect from what I did. She has no idea.
Well, listen, the cat's olfactory fucking instincts are going to usurp its natural fucking ability to see what happens.
Necessarily knew where it was, and that you just threw a basket out there.
I mean, it was clawing at the basket. It was making these god awful noises. I don't
but it
know.
doesn't mean that
It
there's
was
not
like she
more
was in
under there.
heat. She
Would
was
you
just
care to regale the audience with the cat's name?
Sparkles Lulu Taco.
I love that name.
And you know what? She is a good cat because, well, she's a hell of a huntress. Because the next day she brought us a full-size rabbit.
Oh.
And I was like, okay,
Did you guys
cool.
skin it and make stew?
I thought it was dead.
Oh. Did
wasn't.
you have a bunny in your house now?
No. This is a full-size rabbit. This is like a mama rabbit. She brought it to the back patio.
What happened?
I just asked her nicely to release it, and I had to dig it from her mouth, and then the rabbit kicked me and her and ran away, probably to die a terrible death somewhere in our neighborhood.
Oh, my
rabbit
God.
Dude, it hit me in the hand, and I was like, oh!
Yeah.
And I freaked out. Like it was a snake. Yeah. No, it's a little bunny.
rabbit
What's it gonna
cakes are
do?
no joke, man.
It hit me. And she had it in her mouth, and the thing is like kicking her, and she's
Are
still
you sure it
holding
wasn't a
so-
baby Copenhagen devil?
You know what? I don't know.
Jeez.
It could have
We
been.
just don't know these things.
And then I had to sit everyone down in the house and explain them why when we're outside we don't leave the door open because then chipmunks can get into the garage, which will then somehow get into the house. Because I had to go around the house and look for it all, make sure that there was no fucking entrances for the chipmunk to get in, and there wasn't any.
Dad
But
jobs.
then later I found that the chipmunk had shat all over the back of the couch in the corner.
Oh, big fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, yeah,
Luckily,
that-
chipmunk shit's pretty easy to clean up because I've done it.
Little pedals.
Yeah. So there's my chipmunk story. Speaking of crazy stories, Rob, and,
Jeez.
and
Yeah.
animals, let's talk about werewolves.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is a story, again, God bless Mark. He collected all of this stuff. He's magical. I'm reading this for the first time. It is an article by Hugh Landman.
Coming
and,
to you from Ranker.
Ranker, yep.
Because
.com.
when you need ideas, you go to Ranker.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a great
Is
place to
that,
get
is that
ideas.
really their slogan, or did you just fucking
That's
fling
just me
that?
going like, we need to talk some shit. Let's go to
Let's
Ranker.
do this. And the headline goes, there's convincing evidence werewolves have been terrorizing a small village in England for decades. That's a bit of a mouthful.
Okay.
But it surely is full of intrigue.
Might not involve the devil yet, but we're not taking him off the table.
We never do.
No,
Never. Of all the places where there have been werewolf sightings, central England seems like a strange place for there to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. Right off the gate, I'm going to take umbrage with that.
Okay.
Central England seems exactly where fucking paranormal activity
I
is going to
feel
take
like
place.
it
Some
seems
haunted
like, yeah.
castles, some
Yeah.
fucking creepy
you kidding me?
moors.
Yeah.
Are you you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, there's
Seriously.
got to be a plethora of haunted graveyards and graveyard keepers that are like, don't go to the graveyard.
Yeah, have they not? Have they
Terrible
not seen
graveyard
movies?
voice, but whatever, yeah.
Oh my god.
Graveyard voice.
That really
Terrible
I didn't even know
graveyard
we
voice.
do we all need to have a graveyard voice
Yeah.
for Halloween?
Well, caretaker voice.
Yeah.
Specifically, the werewolves of Cannock Chase have been frightening the bejesus out of locals for over 30 years. There have been dozens of werewolf sightings there, both day and night.
Werewolves
That's a
during the
game
day?
changer,
The
I
day
guess.
wolf.
Is it a day? Just the look on your face. Like, the day wolf?
Yeah, I guess it's not. I mean,
Isn't that technically just a wolf?
I think, well,
yeah.
see, here's the thing, though. When I think of werewolves, I think of, like, dog soldiers or...
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
wolf
like
men.
the
Those
howling.
those are
Like
wolf
Silver Bullet.
men.
Yeah. I don't think
bipedal
of...
Yeah.
wolf men.
Yeah, 'cause
not
if-
like
if
the
you're-
generic Lon Chaney Jr. bullshit, but like the fucking 80s on. Like,
Yes.
say,
Yeah.
the howling,
Yeah.
the fucking
Because
silver bullet.
if it's just like a dude that turns into into a wolf, then like you're a wolf.
Yeah, that's some bullshit wolfing stuff with Albert Finney
Yeah,
and
but that's a
Gregory
werewolf.
Hines.
Well, that was like
Yeah, but that's like a skinwalker or something.
no,
that's what a werewolf is.
Yeah, I know, but I
it's
hate
like
it.
Twilight.
I know, but I hate it. But
Yeah, but
that's
it's
what
garbage.
it is.
Like even American Werewolf in London, the transformation scenes were cool. Though honestly,
Excellent, yeah.
they probably would have been a little better in shadow. Like I know John
Probably,
Landis
yeah.
really prided himself in showing it in full light.
Sure, yeah,
Right.
that was
and,
the deal.
and Baker did great work, but it's a
Yeah.
little whatever. It's a little subpar in that way. But the transformation scenes were great. But basically, he turned into a burly fucking.
It was just a
dog.
bigger wolf, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just dumb. Though I have to
you're so
admit, the
mad
first
at
time
it.
I went to London, I was in the same subway tunnels they shot those stalk scenes in.
Oh, yeah.
And I creeped myself out
Did
a
you?
little. I was a
Nice.
teenager.
All right, dude, I can do it in the backyard right now.
Totally, yeah.
All right. In fact, paranormal experts believe that there is proof of werewolves in the woods of the Midlands region.
Okay.
Midlands.
Let's hear it.
That sounds shady.
What do they
It
got?
isn't just werewolves that are stalking the trees and cemeteries of Cannock Chase. That's just a haunting name.
Canuck Chase.
The area seems to be some kind of portal to the bizarre and a magnet for the unexplained.
Bizarre like carnival.
We got fried fucking dough.
The art
Portal to
bazaar.
Welcome to the bazaar.
Buy a quilt.
Oh no, just shoot the dart at Corey Haim when you get a poster.
In addition to the Canuck Chase werewolf humors, there are reports of UFOs and ghostly children. It's a cavalcade of paranormal. There was even a bizarre sighting of what looked like a medical experiment gone wrong, a being that looked like a pigman.
It's a sideshow.
Yeah.
It's totally a sideshow. Perhaps all of these creatures, including the English werewolves, are living together in the forest, but whatever's going on, central England appears to be a spooky place. And here it goes. Central England, a hotbed of werewolf activity.
Okay.
The West Midlands, specifically Staffordshire County,
Oh, Staffordshire.
I know, is famous for its distinctive red Tamworth pigs that are bred in the area. Of course, as pig aficionados.
Yeah.
We know
Oh,
about
yeah.
the distinctive red Tamworth pigs.
Totally.
Gold medal winning
Just
Staffordshire pigs.
Vintage pigs.
Staffordshire pigs.
However, another creature is far more notorious in the area, the werewolf. There have been... it's a little
I know.
redundant. How many fucking
werewolf.
times
But
are
there's
they going
one
to just
you-
say,
right.
the werewolf
Flies
there,
under the
werewolf,
radar all
something's
the
there,
time.
It's a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
There have been dozens of sightings of the supernatural creature over the years. In fact, Staffordshire County has the most sightings of the mystical beast. And more sightings than all of Europe put together.
Really?
So how
In
many
one county?
fucking werewolf sightings are coming in
every-
from
is
Europe?
every-
That's like
yeah.
that's like 4 an hour or something. Like,
How would you know? Where do you even
Where-
get that?
where did you get- yeah.
estimation come from?
If I did my math right, that's like 4
I mean,
an hour.
I'm on werewolfwatch.com all the time. Europe's a hotbed. That is 4 an hour.
listen,
The math king.
that is called solid speculation.
That is solid. Yeah. No, you're right. You nailed it with that.
Just the look on Chris's face.
Oh God.
Fucking
You
A.
better fucking show your math on this, Mark. That's some bullshit. Okay, but what they're saying is this one county has more sightings than all of Europe.
Yeah, and how many? Well, we
Fucking
know
Europe is
4 a fucking hour.
gigantic.
Yeah, but Europe's probably not. It's not probably fucking
Riddled with
goddamn werewolves.
werewolves.
Like
I
there's
know.
probably not
We don't
27
know that.
werewolf
We don't
sightings
live
a
in
month.
Europe. You haven't been there in years. I've never been. Chris hasn't been either. Have you been to Europe?
No.
Okay, I thought you were.
In my heart and mind.
Okay,
but
yes,
not
we all live there.
Good lord.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a
Oh,
while.
I find 1 an hour. 24
Oh
a
my
day.
God. Well, okay. I know. For how many years now? There's like millions.
Like 70.
Millions.
I know.
Millions of werewolf sightings since 77.
I can't do the math, but there's a lot in
The
Europe.
devil
Oh, here
is
it comes.
given responsibility for a lot of evil stuff, from curses to the music of Charlie Daniels. Aha.
Oh, ha ha.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But he may also be to blame for werewolves, especially the werewolves of Canuck Chase.
Okay.
According to local legend, everything started getting weird, and this is fucking really weird.
Oh, man.
1975, we were uncannily close in our prediction. Wow, 75? That's
Yeah.
not that long ago.
No.
When a 17-year-old boy in central England in the mid-70s, Jesus Christ, redundicor. I'm sorry, I don't mean to throw another reporter in the bus, but you just established it was 75.
I'll explain to you the redundancy when we're done. Because it's actually pretty genius how they're doing it.
Took out a Ouija board to test its powers. 75, 17-year-old boy, Ouija board.
Okay.
He said he would trade the devil his soul. Now you don't. Nobody.
God damn it! I
You
know
just
what
grabbed
the.
Stay on target.
fucking Ouija.
Stay on
That's
target,
the
Luke.
that's the
Stay on
last thing you
target.
do. Oh, man.
No, that's what you do. You bring out and you're like, all right, first of all, offering up my soul.
Yeah, they're just throwing that right
Yeah,
on the
don't-
table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like first
you
of
don't
first
work
of
your
all,
way
He
to
might
it.
not be a good negotiator. He's a 17-year-old kid. You know, we were all 17 once. You know what we
Yeah,
do?
but I didn't throw my fucking soul on the table for like a
No.
fucking Subway and some malt liquor. I almost did, but I would.
Subway.
Really?
Really?
He
Your
said,
teriyaki foot long.
Pizza
"Well,
Hut,
that's
maybe.
delicious."
In a fucking 40 of
Some OE,
coal.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, boy.
Dude, it was a different time.
All right.
And when you had
I
pocket
know I've
change,
had enough.
and you had to go to like sideways little shitty corner stores that would sell to you when you were underage.
Yeah, I know.
You
That's
did
what
what
we
you
all,
had to do.
We all bought from that corner store.
We sure did.
R.I.P. Robert, please continue.
Trade the devil his soul for the power to turn into a werewolf. It seems like a curse rather than a power, but I'm going to keep going.
Could be a cool power,
Shortly
though.
after, a friend, just someone randomly interviewed a friend, that he received a phone call from the teen but could only hear odd guttural noises from him. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I know. I gotta call Billy through. Minor howling. That's minor howling.
Well,
Hey, what are you
We're
doing?
going to regret all this laughter
Yeah.
right now.
He died.
Because soon after, the young man was found dead.
All right. Well,
Call from a friend. How did he know he got a
could
call
have
from
been
a
natural
friend?
causes.
Did they have caller ID in 75? Or was it like, identify me, guttural sounds. You're going to die.
How does he know that?
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Maybe they talked before. It's like, what's going on? Nothing.
But again, it could have been a natural cause. You don't know. It's not necessarily always Satan.
Well, let's see if there's proof.
I might have gotten this wrong.
Oh, no.
Let me readjust our perspectives here.
Okay.
I assumed that the kid that heard the guttural sounds was murdered by werefriend. Everyone's got a werewolf.
No, I thought it was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was a werewolf that
yeah,
died.
the kid. Yeah, the person who called the
But yeah,
friend.
the
you said
kid
was
died.
dead. That's what I got.
Was
from
it-
Okay, and then you guys were accurate. I'm just a moron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
only reading it.
Yeah, because
All
when
right.
you turn into a
the
werewolf,
same
more
young
than
man.
yeah, you die.
The one who Ouija'd his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
He had killed himself using a silver knife. And it goes on to say this, and this is important
Not natural causes.
for all
okay.
of our listeners that are fucking 4 years old and younger. Silver is the only way to kill a werewolf. So I just want to make sure
Okay.
that we said that.
Is it really though?
Probably not.
I feel like it can't be.
Depends on, what mythologies
If
you're
you
going with.
blow
I
it
know.
up, does it come back together?
Well,
Yeah,
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad. Yeah, that's
Jesus,
right.
of
Shit.
course it does.
As I said that in my mind, the
You're like,
scene
I feel like I've
played
seen that.
where they blow the werewolf up. Yeah, okay, all right.
I feel like if you
the
burn
documentary
anything to a
Monster
sheen,
Squad.
then
I
it
know we've
shouldn't
been
come
down
back.
this road before, but I will say this about werewolves. One, they're the one classic monster that freaks me out.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know
They're
what it
pretty
is. We've
creepy,
talked
yeah.
about it before. And two, I'm a werewolf, as was established, I think, in a earlier pod.
We'll have
Oh,
well,
yeah.
not that you're a werewolf, but that you had werewolf children.
I had sex with a werewolf that I didn't know was a werewolf because she told me later she recognized me as a fellow werewolf. I don't know specifically that I bred with her. That was always kind of a quiet nightmare I've had.
You don't know.
No, the story. I've told this story
No,
before.
okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're already there, so let's cover this. So you,
All right.
so you had sex with a werewolf.
When I was living,
Clearly
no,
not
listen.
in
I was.
wolf
It was.
form.
We're talking early '90s. I was a young man.
Clearly, you
she
didn't
was
fuck a dog.
just
is what
this
I'm saying.
adorable girl I met at a coffee house. I was not
Okay.
making the best decisions. I kind of wand dick at the time, and I think we all know what that means.
Yeah.
I had a felonious pecker, and I was young, and so it was just a random hookup. What happened was a couple days later,
Yeah.
she told me that she had hooked up with me because she recognized by the letter R
Yeah.
on my left palm, that I was a werewolf. For the record, dear listeners, I do not have any letter of
No,
the
you
alphabet
don't.
on my
You
left
don't.
palm or right. She was a little crazier than I thought. She was a beauty, but a little crazier.
Okay.
She said, "You're a werewolf. I'm a werewolf. I just wanted to warn you before I leave town. The Yakuza hates werewolves. The Yakuza being the
the
Japanese,
Japanese
mob.
mafia. Okay.
They chase us. They kill us. They make money. They're businessmen. They have criminal operations, but their overriding agenda is to kill werewolves. And I wanted you to know that you're in danger, and I just thought you deserve to know this thing. Thank you for a good time. I'll probably never see you again." And I never saw her again.
Okay, but
Now, the speculation that she had a litter of my delightful werewolf pups has always been kind of a running in joke with me and my buddies.
no, I thought that she called and she was like, I have your
Oh,
babies.
God, no.
I have all 8 of them.
Listen, I would take
No.
I would take any parental responsibilities that
Well,
might be given to me seriously.
I
that was always
I
just a joke.
assumed that she called you and was like, I had a litter
This
of
was
puppies.
a crazy one night stand that spiraled into like a
No.
2 days later conversation that I will never forget. Because first off, it's not every day you're told that you're a werewolf,
No.
and
Yeah.
then it's not every day you're told the Yakuza's after you based on first off racial profiling. Pretty horrible. But way to go, Yakuza.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the Yakuza does hunt werewolves. It'd be a cool story.
It'd be a great anime.
Be a fucking-
Are you
that would
fucking
be a
kidding
fucking
me?
Great anime.
Oh,
It's just,
yeah.
it goes to, here's what it is. You know what? Just because you want to have sex with someone pretty, get to know them a little. Because things can go crazy pretty quick.
Well, I mean,
But I was young.
not for nothing. You fucked up. You should have married her.
Oh my God.
Totally, 100, dude.
Her name,
You're a werewolf?
her name was literally Blue. like the cheese.
And
I'm not lying.
Like the color?
No.
Was it BLEA or
BU.
or B?
Wow, really?
BLEA?
No, not. What the hell? How do you spell like blue like the cheese? It's BLU.
EU, I think.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought it
it's
had
just
some weird
EU.
like fancy spelling to it.
It's
I
French.
think it's
I'm
just
dumb.
EU.
I don't
No.
care.
You are not dumb,
I
sir.
don't care. Anyway, listen.
You were smart enough not to fuck a werewolf.
I don't know if I can
Yet.
say that though. Anyway,
Let's get back to Mechanic Chase. Because I think we've digressed far enough about the bad decisions we'd all make and or have
man.
made.
you should have married her. You fucked
Oh,
up.
God damn
We
it.
could have had paranormal protection.
Yeah, we could have had a literal litter of little werewolf Robs.
Could you imagine? I'd like to think.
I'd
I
walk
honestly,
'em.
I would like to think my sweet lycanthropic children are in Japan, just taking it to them tooth and nail.
I would have walked them every day, every night when they turned. Wow. I would have
Every
walked
night?
them. Yeah, every
Would
night
you-
when they
Would you have
turned.
been my official baby
Well,
walker?
I would be a great man.
I don't know if they
Manny.
turn every
yeah,
night.
I'd be a great Manny for your werewolf children.
If she showed up with a hairy brood, I would have pulled my weight and taken care of my babies.
I'd take care of them with you. We'd all live together in a very cool werewolf commune.
But I have to imagine, especially if they age, quicker like dogs are wont to, that they're probably seasoned adults and vicious warriors at this point.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay,
So let's
back to
wish 'em all
England, the
well.
werewolf.
Cemeteries are naturally spooky places. So it continues. They're filled
Yeah.
with dead bodies.
No.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
all the
Again,
time.
I almost wish I didn't read the. You know
be a
what?
mausoleum.
Let's edit out the name of this author because I just feel bad. I feel like I'm picking on him.
Well,
constantly.
no, this is all revolved around SEO. This is all search engine optimization using werewolf the entire time.
Fair
using
enough.
certain, yeah, you can tell.
Filled with dead bodies, eerily quiet, and people often dress in black when they visit them. It should come as little surprise then that the Cannock County werewolf has been sighted several times in the cemetery. What is surprising is that the cemetery is the final resting place of thousands of German and Austrian soldiers who fought in World War I and World War II. That is surprising.
It
I
is,
didn't
yeah.
think
I didn't know that
England
either.
took the dead of its enemy. Well, no, they didn't fight on the shores of England. The fuck is going on? What is going on?
All right, well, okay, let's get to the werewolves and we'll figure it out.
A werewolf in town is creepy enough, but the most compelling evidence for the creature is also upsetting. In addition to showing itself to many people in a cemetery devoted to thousands of dead soldiers, evidence has been found near the cemetery that gives compelling evidence of the werewolf's existence. When I was in 6th grade, I wrote things too. There have been several pets that have gone missing from homes in the area, and stranger still, several mutilated animal carcasses have been found near the cemetery. Could this be the leftovers of the werewolves' nightly hunting practices?
Oh, the cemetery of cemeteries.
You know what werewolves do?
What do they do?
Werewolves and night go together like Dracula and blood. A flawless analogy. After all, legend has it that werewolf transitions from a man to wolf, that a werewolf transitions from a man to a wolf when the moon is full. However, the Cannock County monster seems to be an exception to this rule. In 2007, a mailman reported to a local ghost hunting club that he had seen the creature. Stranger still, it happened while the postman was delivering the day's mail.
The day
In
wolf.
the day.
Yeah,
The day wolf.
Yeah.
Day wolf. The letter carrier said that at first he thought nothing of the creature, believing it was a dog. He was surprised when the animal stood up on its hind legs and ran into the woods like a person. Perhaps werewolves have evolved to exist in the daylight as well now? Question mark.
I mean, the moon is the full moon was supposed to bring them out, right?
Yeah, well, traditionally speaking, it'd be
Okay.
anything from fucking touching a wolf's bane flower, which I always thought was fucking just
Yeah.
Right.
dumb, to traditionally being bitten. So then it becomes more like a infectious blood disease sort of thing, something
Yeah.
that's carried on
Right.
through a virus or bacteria.
Lycanthropy?
Lycanthropy.
Nice.
You said it right. Though, when I first discovered that word in like 8th grade, I read it in a book. I felt like so fancy.
Yeah.
Like I would write it. I would talk about it like,
Lycanthropy.
oh, did you watch that film about lycanthropy?
Yeah.
It's like, you are a douche, sir.
Is that how you nailed the werewolf? You were like, oh, lycanthropy,
Dude.
and then she just melted in
You
your
fall
in your
under the
palms.
umbrella of lycanthropy.
When I look into those lycanthropic eyes.
Wow.
Ah,
Your
you
name
like
may
that?
be cheese, however.
Oh, fuck.
It does not deter me.
Like the cheese.
I am
got
not
one
the
of them
only
fancy-
one at this table that's ever fucked a
got
monster.
one-
I cannot be.
I don't think I have.
I
A
feel
monster?
like I can't be isolated in
I'm
that.
not. I mean, I don't. No.
You fucked a monster.
All right. Well, maybe.
monster.
I mean,
You fucked a monster.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I know. Is sadness a monster?
Is crushing depression a monster?
Yeah.
In a way,
Really?
yeah. No,
Okay.
honestly,
As-
if we want to get deep,
Depressing sadness of creature? Because
that's a whole other level.
Okay.
You know
All
what? That's a monster we'll never cover on this
All right.
podcast.
Good.
All right,
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
The werewolf may be a result of sick experiments, and he may not be the only one. According to urban myth, after World War II, the governments of England and the United States conducted human experiments similar to the ones the Nazis had undertaken. Based on what? I don't fucking know.
Like with Stalin and the Ape Men?
I don't think we were doing Mangala type shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the United States government, I'm sure the British government done some
Yeah,
shady
what
shit.
What did we do? On who?
This is just...
Okay.
This is one of those things that somebody can just say, and you either decide to believe them or not. We're
Hence-
choosing to be skeptical.
Evil science and magic buddies.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. One such experiment
What
was
do?
crossbreeding a human with a pig.
Yeah.
All the Angola Pigman.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of pigmen.
Well, I mean, I think technically the Pigman in Angola is like a specter, but he has an
Pigman.
axe.
You know.
I know.
Yeah.
Just,
And
Yeah,
you know the
pig-
first name.
yeah.
The Angola Pigman.
Mary Pigman.
Mary Pigman.
So, yeah, but he's a specter.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a specter.
There's one in Vermont. There are a lot of hybrid human pigs.
There's a Pigman in Moravia.
I do love. Really?
What?
Yeah.
We have a pigman next door?
Long story.
What I...
Is it actually just a person
Oh.
It's a Pigman.
with a pig face?
It's supposed
no,
to be.
all right, forget it.
Long,
God damn it.
just
All of
got
a
it.
sudden, I had a flashback
well,
to
you
a
know.
newspaper
All right.
article
Yeah.
some decades ago.
When you worked there, you may have been a part of it. All right, continue.
And my dinky shrank 3 times that day.
Yeah, it's
It
inverted.
was like an anti-Grinch heart.
Yeah, it's an anti-dink. How do you say dink backwards? Knid. Knid.
Pernicious knid.
North, knid, north.
Oh, that actually was
Jesus, that was
astoundingly
really good.
good.
God,
Yeah.
If you play that forwards and it says something weird, then I'm going to
Let
be...
us know.
Oh, my God.
Email us.
Human with a pig. According to the story, it worked. Except the pig-human hybrid escaped and hid in the Cannock Chase woods, as they're wont to do. A
Makes
witness
sense.
saw the beast and reported that it was 7 feet tall. Just makes sense.
This is 7 foot tall Pigman.
What? Why?
Mary Pigman, 7 foot tall.
Yeah, why not? Had the head of a
Okay.
pig with a giant snout. If the pig man was created, couldn't it stand to reason that a wolf man was also created with these bizarre experiments? Facts. This is the kind of hardcore reporting that I appreciate.
sure.
It's a good leap of. It's a good leap.
It is.
Yeah. If they made pigs, why not make wolves? Why not make giraffes, kangaroos,
what I'm
and,
saying.
and jaguars?
Oh my God. What would you mix a giraffe with right now? Pick an animal.
Ooh.
A rhino.
Yep.
I
That's
would
an awesome
want,
one.
I would
The
want it to be
horns,
small.
Stouty.
I want it to be like a giraffe and like a
Girino.
dashelhound.
Piranha.
Ooh,
Could you
giraffe
imagine?
piranha.
But with that long neck.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, you just... The
It's
necks would be sticking out of the
devastating.
water?
Oh, yeah.
And just the mouth. You see a
But
neck
I
and a
want-
mouth.
And they'd have like these beautiful little spots.
Yeah,
They'd
but
be
I wanna,
like yellow and brown, golden,
I want
long
to
neck
breed
piranha.
it and like domesticate it, so I have like a little weird half dog giraffe thing.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
I want to devastate the
You want
Amazon.
a weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, Rob wants.
We have completely different
Okay.
agendas.
Yeah. You want
Fine.
to...
You know what? Besides
Cthulhian
pigmen
nightmare.
and fucking werewolves, the area is also home to UFO activity.
Okay. Cool.
Cannock
Good.
Chase isn't just the home to werewolf sightings. The area has all kinds of supernatural activity. In the late 1980s and the early 90s, the sky was inexplicably dotted with lights that many thought were UFOs. Well, if they couldn't identify them, nailed it.
They're unidentified flying objects.
A police officer even reported seeing an object doing seemingly impossible things in the sky before disappearing. While both UFO and werewolf sightings are in abundance, one has to wonder if there's a correlation. Perhaps an alien being taking the form of a local lore? It might explain the daytime sightings. No.
Yeah.
No.
So an
I mean,
alien-
we
okay.
shit theories on this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm the
we
first
do.
to admit. We'll pull things from the depths of our colons.
Yeah.
But fucking day wolves just being extraterrestrials in
Dude,
disguise.
Daywolf could be a gray. We don't know.
Just a hairy gray.
Hairy
Pigman.
gray.
Pigman could be a gray as well.
Ouija boards, UFOs, werewolves, ? It seems far-fetched. So many supernatural beings could be happening in one area. At least one scientific-minded local agrees and has a theory to at least explain the possible werewolves. This quote-unquote paranormal expert, who is also scientifically minded, as aforementioned,
good.
claims the werewolf isn't a werewolf at all. Instead, the creature could be a subterranean Stone Age throwback. Boom goes
Like-
the dynamite.
Okay.
It's a super Neanderthal.
Like a Homo floresiensis sort of type
Troglodyte?
thing?
I can't say the word.
Troglo-
Troglodyte?
Pigmen.
Troglodyte.
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 Pigmen.
Pigmen. Troglodyte Pigmen.
Pigmen.
All right.
That'd be my
Okay.
attorney's name.
Troglodyte Pigmen.
Essentially, this person thinks ancient
Circassian,
cavemen,
I'm the best assassin ever.
ancient cavemen could have survived for years in the mines of the area and have remained primitive, failing to evolve with the rest of humanity. What's more, the expert claims that there are more than one of the creatures and that there is actually an entire pack of them stalking underground, only coming out to eat deer, livestock, and pets. Werewolf, pigmen,
So he
cavemen,
just thinks they're unevolved
UFO.
humans,
Yeah, so they're
not
like
werewolves.
they're Cro-Magnons or something. I
We are-
love that word,
By the way,
Cro-Magnons.
we are the Cro-Mags.
I know, but I like that.
I know, but
And I love the band the Cro-Mags.
But
so I
I'm-
like the Cro-Magnon.
I'm just saying that's not an ancient us. That is us.
Whatever.
Neanderthals,
I like the word
Other
Cro-Mag.
proto-hominids, that might be something.
And then when the super fancy scientists like the Cro-Magnon.
Like
just
the
sounds
paranormal
cool.
expert with a scientific mind that
Yeah,
lives in the
totally.
Cannock Chase area.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
This is a clusterfuck of weird shit.
That's what
It
this
is-
show is about.
It
so
is
it makes sense.
nary about werewolves. It is. It's a
Yeah,
place I'd
that's-
like to
Yeah.
visit, to be
No,
honest.
totally.
I mean,
is that all for werewolves?
No, but it's
now,
not just-
now black-eyed children also hide in the woods of Cannock Chase alongside the werewolf. I thought we had reached the end of the article.
It's a
You know what?
My
That's enough.
apologies.
That's enough.
It's a paranormal bazaar.
Yeah.
It's like the best church picnic ever.
Let me just read this opening here.
With monsters.
While werewolves, UFOs, pigmen, and theoretical cavemen, I love that the only one that gets a fucking theoretical is the one thing that actually did exist.
Theoretical cavemen. We're not sure about that yet.
Yeah,
but
fine,
theoretical.
God.
but very bona fide
Theoretical
werewolves,
cavemen.
pigmen, and UFOs are frightening enough. The area where the creatures have been spotted is also the home to other supernatural beings. Witnesses have seen black-eyed children in the same woods the werewolves supposedly live in. They are paranormal entities that have been experienced by people the world over. It makes sense that if there were any in England, Cannock Chase's woods is where they would hide.
Well, duh.
Well,
That's-
yeah.
That's the
If there's already
the
there's
bizarre.
already a bunch of shit there, why not have more? I mean, why would you want to? Yeah, I think we're just gonna stop where
Oh
we
yeah,
were.
'cause this could never end.
Yeah,
this could be a
apparently,
7-hour podcast.
This is why I love Ranker, because it's just all like SEO hits for not that the articles aren't fun, because I read Ranker stuff all the time. It's hilarious, but because it's all SEO driven. So like
Well, I don't know what that means.
search engine optimization. So like when you look up like werewolf, like they're trying to get this article to appear like in the first couple pages, so people go there and they get hits for all their advertising and everything.
Do they
So-
pay for the right to be ranked that high, or
They could, yeah, with like keywords and whatnot. But regardless, Cannock Chase, we got some listeners over there in England. We got Tom G Warrior. Yeah.
Tom G Warrior?
Yeah, Tom G Warrior. Not the guy from Celtic Frost, but Tom G.
By the way,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of awesome shit on his websites and some really fun stuff.
We have a couple things coming up that we're gonna be doing with some of the stuff that he's researched and some of the stuff that you've researched. So we're super stoked on that.
I
But
would-
maybe you know what?
I would be intrigued to hear his take.
Him or
on said
anyone. We
phenomena.
actually
Yeah,
have
geez.
a decent amount of listeners in England. So if anybody's from Cannock Chase, and if you can help us out with this pigman or werewolf situation, like let us know.
It is
I mean-
crazy. Listen, now, well, all right, fine. I fuck up when I write to. I pick on some weird redundancies. That having been said, it is absolutely fucking fascinating that this place just seems to be a cavalcade. I don't agree with necessarily the assumptions.
Theoretical
that, like,
cavemen?
Well, ex-Nazis building werewolves and pigmen while theoretical cavemen come up and steal their fucking thunder.
Right.
The theoretical
show.
cavemen.
It'd be a cool movie though.
it's going to be a novel title or something. It's brilliant.
Theoretical Cavemen.
Theoretical Cavemen
Yeah.
is awesome.
Be a super cool experimental band.
It
Totally.
really would be.
Yeah.
But it seems like a fascinating fucking place.
Yeah. I mean, there seems to be a lot going on there. You got werewolves, you got
Seemingly.
aliens, you got black-eyed kids, you got
Pigmen.
the Pigmen. Yeah, there's quite a bit happening. Maybe, you know what? Maybe that is some sort of nexus for the unknown. Or the known.
Well, yeah, well,
Nexus for the known.
Yeah,
that
nexus
place
for
is a
the
portal to the known.
known. Yeah, totally.
That should be our
So-
second podcast.
The
Portal to the known.
Yeah,
Portal to the known.
Nexus to the knowledgeable,
Nice.
where we just recite random facts
Yeah.
from fucking, I don't know,
There you go.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would be boring.
Hey, but you know
Oh,
what
God.
though? Because we haven't done an episode of Evil Science and Magic Buddies in a while, so that everyone knows, at our T Public shop we do have the official The Kryptonaut Podcast Presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies T-shirt
We do.
with Rob's art
Of Spring Hill Jack.
of Spring Hill Jack, which I don't think anyone know that it was Spring Hill Jack.
I think I
honestly.
talked about it last
Oh, did
time,
we
and
really?
you chastised me for it. But yeah, no, honestly.
Oh, because I was like, keep it a mystery, keep it a mystery.
But it's not a mystery.
No,
Spring
keep
Hill
it a
Jack is
mystery.
one of the great paranormal entities ever, and we're using him to push this. What do we even consider this? This
the Evil Science and
like
Magic Buddies.
a side path to the traditional podcast.
No, it's just a little sideshow that we do.
Yeah,
that's all.
just
It's
a
a
shooting the shit with some
just shooting the
rando
shit.
stories
Yeah, just
and-
rando stories and talking and hanging out.
I just didn't know what
We
specific
didn't
word
want to. We didn't
designation.
originally, and we've talked about this before. Originally, before we were called the Kryptonaut Podcast, we were called Evil Science and Magic Buddies.
Amongst the three of us.
Well-
Yeah, but I used your art and I came up with the logo.
You did.
And then we were like, well, fuck, we don't want to lose this. We want to use this for something. It's like, well, wait a minute. Let's do the show within the show. Hence the conspiracy of the conspiracy, the denouement, the hubris, the pigmen. And here we are with Evil Science and Magic Buddies.
I do love it.
So it's just a little
Yeah.
side. It's a little sideshow that we do.
We're gonna
And we're
have-
going to be doing it monthly now. So there
I
you go.
love that. I
Yeah,
love it even
perfect.
more. No, this shit talkery is a pure joy for me.
It's nice for us to get a little bit of a break where we can just kind of talk and not
Yeah.
have to, go over
and be
stories.
surprised by what we encounter.
Dude, it
'Cause
was great. There's wolfmen everywhere.
I'm bringing
Section.
stories to the table, and I
Fucking-
love it, but I always obviously know what's going to happen.
Dude.
This was a delight.
Yeah.
There you go. We have there was what? Arkansas?
Yes,
right?
Arkansas,
Okay,
the
3.5 foot
Arkansas
hole.
Hellpit.
3.5 foot.
By the way, I really,
which
you know what?
was not ignited by Satan and his staff.
What's going to be fucking disappointing to me is when like one just run-of-the-mill scientist walks by and is like methane or whatever.
That's
and walks
right,
by.
right.
Like,
That's
it's
what that
almost
is.
going to be soul-crushing because it seems like all of the local authorities, and I'm particularly impressed by Johnny Geology, fucking are like, there's no explicable way flames of this height and duration can happen
Yeah.
in this
We
region.
don't smell anything. We don't see anything.
No.
So it's a mystery.
I mean,
See you tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure you could probably just do like a vertical. You could like vertically drill a well. And
I'm
like, you could
pretty
figure
sure
it out.
an
Like, it
8th
wouldn't be
grade
that
science
hard.
class could spend an afternoon there and fucking come up with the solution.
I mean, maybe. Well, let's get him on the case.
but
Let's go to
why are they so
Arkansas.
fuck-sucking sure it's not the devil? That's what bothers me most of all.
Well,
It's
the one
they're
that the judge is.
They're so
It's-
quick to
it's
try
the
to
judge,
assuage
yeah.
the local populace. Like,
Right.
it could be anything. It's completely inexplicable, but I
Definitely
promise you,
not the devil. Yeah.
Definitely not the devil.
100%
Yeah.
not the devil.
I say that they're fucking up by taking the devil off the table, but that's just me.
They're going to piss the devil off.
Well, you know what happens when you piss the devil off, right?
Well, got to make the people happy.
Yeah.
Pigmen.
Pigmen. There you go.
Yep.
Pigmen.
And there we have it. Full
there it is.
wraparound.
Boom. Thank you for joining us for the Evil Science Magic Buddies.
Pigmen.
Presented by the Kryptonaut Podcast. We don't do ratings and reviews on this show, but you know what? Just leave us a rating and review on iTunes, Apple Podcast apps,
We would
Stitcher
do
Radio.
a rating on this show if somebody sent a specific rating to Evil Science and Magic
Okay,
Buddies.
if you leave a rating and review and you talk about Evil Science and Magic Buddies, then we will read this on this show. But this show is only done monthly. This is complicated.
Well, and we still want
Yeah.
the bulk of the
Yeah.
reviews to go through the general
like,
thrust of Kryptonaut.
Like most things that we do with this, lesson overthink it. Let's just keep it a Kryptonaut, and we'll keep it separate. We'll be good.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I shouldn't have said it.
Excellent. Cool. Thank
You-
you for
you'll never
joining
hear it.
us, Christopher, Rob. Pleasure
Mark.
as always.
See you guys at the fire hole. The next fire hole.
Bring your fucking pitchforks.
Oh, could you imagine a slow roasted pigman over the fire hole?
Do you
crispy
eat do you eat a
skin?
pigman?
Well, they call what do they call?
Oh,
They
we had
call
this
pigs in
conversation
Papua
before.
New Guinea. What do they call it?
Long
They call human beings long pig.
long pig.
Oh, yeah.
Because we taste like pork.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
a pigman is only going to be just more superlative ridden in terms of its
Okay.
deliciousness.
Okay, so we eat Pigman.
I would eat, if we go to Cannock Chase, get
Okay.
a Pigman, bring it to Arkansas, slow roast it over the pit that is not satanic, though probably satanic.
Better be
I bet
satanic.
you it's
Well.
going to be delicious.
And
All right.
then do we die in each other's arms from trichinosis?
Well, not if we cook it
I'm
properly.
just saying.
Somebody bring a fucking thermometer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
cool.
one.
You got one? Excellent. All right. Thank you for joining Sam. We'll talk to you soon.
Cook your meat thoroughly.
It actually goes out on a good note. Be sure you cook your meat thoroughly.
It's a good lesson.